Okay, we return with lots to discuss as the markets are still seeing such rounds of bearishness. Traders and investors, big whales, hedge funds, and institutions are all becoming extremely indecisive on the next way that they want to go. We still see that the overall S&P 500 is still stuck up at these new highs towards about 7,000, while BTC contradicts all of this and is still down at the lows of about 70, almost $60,000 range. Getting ready to break this level could be disastrous for the rest of the entire market due to tokenization of almost every single industry. It's some things that you need to know. We're going to dive a bit deeper into our current and recent trades as we are in on our new entries of BTC and ETA shorts and a couple new upcoming swing trade penny stocks that I showed you in the last video. These things are now starting to push up hundreds, if not thousands of percents. We have a lot to discuss. So if we are getting into the markets right now, again, let me show you some key levels on BTC so you can understand why such extreme rounds of bearishness are persisting into the market. A while ago, they started pushing everything towards tokenization, looking to digitize everything. The big insiders and when one percenters made all the money in the world. Even some people who are down at the bottom who never messed with anything started to get a lot of money off of cryptocurrency as the new age begins to come in. But with such things going on, certain files coming out that I know YouTube doesn't want me speaking of, but you know what I'm talking about, is starting to create skepticism in some of the bigger players and bigger investors in the world. They don't want to see their stocks crash back down. Letting Bitcoin push back down is a dangerous thing right now. They're trying to find a way to get this BTC to push back up. They're waiting for the right moment. Everybody will love to get it lower. And if I show you in a greater detail right now, your next stops for BTC, which is leading the market, and at this point now will always lead the market if it is to break its support level one. We're looking at BTC to get ready to head down towards its support level two, which could be like 44,000 down there. Imagine the effect that that's going to have on the rest of those stocks, especially the companies that are heavily invested and massive holders of the Bitcoin and or the overall cryptocurrency. It's a lot going on right now. But even while such dangers do come in to persist into the market, leaving retail institutions, investors, and traders worldwide skeptical about what into our recent trades and current swing trades. You guys need to understand how to be able to bet the market's going down with shorts and puts while still profiting off of your longs and calls. So check this out. We would get our most recent and check out your dates and timestamps. Remember, at 2/9/2026, about 2 days ago, right into the after hours for the cryptos and the penny stock swing trade. So BTC shorts at 70,000 or higher and ETA shorts at 2,100 or higher. Showing you your BTC shorts, how this works. Back on the 9th, right towards the after hours at 70,000 or higher was our entry, if you recall. Like I was just showing you, would drop this back down to 65,000 along with your ETH at 2,100 or higher. Notice the positionings on both of these crashing back down, and they both still now continuously struggle to come in for another reversal. But both of these are still down here at the bottom. Oversold. We rolled those once again from those, pushing us back up another round, about 800, 900% on ETH shorts and about 600% on BTC shorts. Now, coming down from this bottom here, we can see that in the last day or so, it will start to get a couple rounds of bullishness, right? Some people want to start buying down here at the bottom. BTC in the crypto markets being down at this bottom. If it If people buy it, it's going to make the market start to explode. Keep this in mind that right now, your overall markets, the S&P 500s, are still up towards 7,000 right now, still up towards the new highs. If BTC and ETH come in for their big reversal at any given time, it's going to push the overall stock markets up to break up into even newer highs. And these markets are historically known for continuously making newer highs. Off of these massive dips that will come into your BTC and overall crypto markets creates prime opportunity to get things at the discount while the overall markets start to come in for their next big rounds of bullishness because of these red markets we're seeing with 3,400 decliners are going to turn to about 3,400 advancers. I'm trying to explain this for new traders and people who aren't keeping up just yet on how to calculate all of this. So now that the crypto market's at the bottom, everything is sold off. People are excited to start buying things up. You have to find the ones that are on the discount and oversold. Pumps, yo, banking with Billy alerts. Well, I'll put out our next set of upcoming swings back on the 9th in the after hours, the same time for those long positions, the same time as we were getting in on our short positions for the market. Do you see how these different reversals, one going down and one going up, but still win going whatever direction they are going? As we look in deeper now, we can see things like Qncx, for example. We spoke of our Qncx to be in at 20 cents or lower for a massive squeeze ahead. Remember, this came out back on the 9th, right towards the after hours. If you look deeper in on Qncx now, back on the 9th, make sure you see your dates and times down here towards the after hours, be in at what was it, 20 cents or lower, your Qncx would break past that 20-cent range. And as soon as it got past this 20-cent range, you see how it starts to come in for its extremely, what I say, massive squeeze ahead. That massive squeeze on Qncx, if you were seeing my early alerts along in your Banking with Billy investing platform on time, would have pushed you up for an overall 700% reversal. You have some other things that are starting to take off on this list. One we can look at being LASE. If we go look at LASE stock, we've seen a LASE stock come in for some crazy bounds in the past. LASE stock needs to get past this $1 resistance. If they can get past that $1 resistance, then a massive flurry can be found, and this thing might even find support above the dollar, triggering big well in investor sentiment, where they might want to load this up and push it towards that five, where you can see that $5 range is where another big battle is going to be had. It's always had at that $5 range. You are now in at the bottom of LASE at 75 cents or lower for a swing trade or a long-term investment. And if we look here in the last few trading days, yes, it has been getting most bullish, and yes, you still have prime opportunity while it only bounced up towards about 85 cents and has pushed back down to retest this 75-cent range, finding swell support. It is still the beginning. There are some deeper stats and statistics you may need to look into. For example, going to see the overall short interest on a stock. Going to see your overall analysis order flow. Are the extra largest buying? Are people getting ready to rally? Is that news hot? Is there anything up and coming? And most importantly, what was the previous history like? LASE, another one getting ready to squeeze, especially while, let me show you in great detail so you understand everything I'm saying while I'm saying. Especially if your BTC gets ready to rally and it makes the whole entire world rally behind it. Well, these stocks I'm showing you at a discount, some of them are already running like Qncx up almost 1,000%. LASE could be the next to follow behind right there. Going to be in there on time. Another one is DXST to be in at 20 cents or lower for what I say the incoming squeeze. If you go look now at your DXST stock to be in at 20 cents or lower, has gone oversold and been coming in for its clean reversal. If we look greater in detail on your DXST stock, the very second that this broke past 20 cents, it came in for what was the next big incoming squeeze, pushing this from less than that 20 cents where I put out my alerts at back on the 9th of the month, all the way up to the highs of 48, almost 50 cents, where it is doing battle with previous resistance points. Breaks past this, it turns into the new support. It's not too late to get the next big leg up. No, you might not be down in at the bottom where we got in at if you're not in bankability to see your alerts on time. Of course not, right? But it's not too late if you get the next stretch up. Right now, if you've seen this off my alert, you're up about 200% if you're still holding in there. And if you are looking at holding into a break past the next resistance, well, honestly, you'll be able to find yourself up about 1,000% once it gets back over that dollar. And then if it finds support there and continue to push on, then, from there, the sky's the limits. Is it not? Next, you have KXIN being at a dollar or lower. They have a hammer on KXIN. If we look deeper to your KXIN stock now, remember I told you this back on the 9th of the month, right to your after hours. Looking back on your KXIN now, they will bounce up towards about $1.28 for a decent uptrend where you could lock in gains there. It touched up overbought. It's going to get ready to sell back off, touching back up overbought already, and then pushing back down towards about 49 cents, giving another great opportunity for another round. And even from there, it's already spiked up here into even this after hours trading up about 50-60% alone, testing a dollar again. It's going to get ready to retest that dollar again. How can you tell? This stock is still massively oversold and still has yet to truly come in for its next true round of the bullish divergence. Big resistance points this is. Let it get past this. Sketchy stocks, right? Risky stocks, right? They are, I can show you every single stock across the market. Every single stock done went from its major highs down to its lows. That's how I go. You want to be in at the lows to understand if you are a trader or an investor and how you're going to move. Nobody is going to be able to sit there and hold your hand all throughout every day. Understand how much money you like to use, how much money you like to put in, and don't use any amount you are not comfortable with using. One you need to keep up with is RVSN. Last we spoke of the RVSN to be in at $6 or lower, with RVSN now spiking into the previous time up to about $10, where of course they will lock in gains real fast. R alert back on the 9th of the month, right? Make sure you check your dates and timestamps back on the 9th of the month. Blew this up to about $10, where they sold this back off to about $5, giving you another prime opportunity to get another run, be in at that $6 or lower. Right now it's at $6. It's gonna break past this and do the same exact thing. They're gonna retest that until big whales and investors and whatnot wanna feel like that they get the FOMO, and then they gonna make it squeeze all the way back up towards about $10. Next thing you know, it breaks past that. Now it done found support around 10, 11. You in at $5, $6, you were seeing your bankability alerts on time. Another one to be looking out for. And lastly is your MIGI, the Mawson Infrastructure MIGI, at a massive discount. Last we spoke of MIGI being at $4 or lower for the double hammer that's on the MIGI stock. These are bullish signals. Those hammers, if we are seeing your MIGI stock right now getting ready to retest previous resistance points that acted as previous support levels. If they break past that resistance point, then they turn into the new support levels. And right now they're getting fancy and looking to buy this up from $2. It's holding around 3. It's not too late for you to get another stretch up in a low volume, a decently low float stock that can get ready to fill up and spike with the right type of sentiment that comes in. Keep in mind, while your overall BTC is onto a massive discount right now, and they get ready to make this squeeze, and everything else squeezes. I do actively put out my alerts, my updates, my trends, what I am getting in and getting out of on time in my section. If you are seeing these videos and wondering why didn't you catch it in time, why wasn't it in the video on time, I put out my alerts along in the section. You need to see that on time, and then I come in for the updates, and you can catch many different things that aren't just going out in the video as well. I only update what we have time to update in the video. It's a lot you are missing out on. Get ready for the next set in there. I'll put that out tomorrow. I'll see y'all in there. And happy trading.
Hit that subscribe button so you are always up to date on what the next stock is.